Hi, Rosalind. Rosalinda TV. Welcome, welcome.
Share the work this sales season by starting your Canva Pro team for a limited time only.
Welcome to my live stream. I'm in ads. Okay, that's great. If you're in ads in this video, if you give it some time to finish, he'll come right on to the show. Just waiting for some more people to come on before I get started with this topic. Three more people. Thank you, Rosalinda TV. Thank you so much for that support right there. I needed that. Thank you. Hi. This gonna be not gonna be a long tutorial, but I'm gonna make it as detailed as possible so everyone can understand how to predict your next winning number when you want to go play the lottery, just to give you an insight of how the machine spit these numbers out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rosalinda. Okay, I have just two people here watching, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and start with the two. If anybody else comes in, then I will go back and just, go back over what I just repeated. Okay, in order for me to go over this, I need to go over this with you guys. I need you guys to understand this pattern right here in order for you to understand this pattern. Let me see. I'm going to try come closer. Okay, nothing else coming out. Two people. Okay, Rosalind, since you're here with me, I'm going to go over this with you just in case you have to come closer. Okay. So, okay, I'm coming closer so you guys could see this. It's just that my camera, if I go too close, the camera will be a little foggy. Can you see? Let me know when you could see it good. These are just a breakdown of how the machine spit these numbers out. All right, you can't see the numbers. Okay, let me do something here. Let me put it up here and bring my table closer to the camera. Okay. I hope you could see these numbers now. These are just the groups. These are just how the machine break these numbers in groups before they, you see these numbers? These are numbers in small numbers, how the machine break these numbers in groups. The numbers go from 0 to 9. Let me explain this before I show you again. In the machine, the numbers go from, okay, I'm going to bring it back closer, but I just want to explain how the machine breaks these numbers down. In the machine, the numbers is from 0 to 9. It doesn't matter if you're playing the number 3 or the number 4 or the number 5. Or the machine goes from 0 to 9. In those numbers from 0 to 9, the machine select a certain numbers from each group. That is why I break these down in 3 groups. The machine 3 groups. You have the small group. These are your small groups of numbers. This top numbers, these are the smallest groups of numbers. This is the medium groups of numbers that the machine have, and those are only 3 balls. From 4 to 6, those are mid-sized numbers. And then the largest number is from 7 to 9. 7, 8, and 9, those are the largest number in the machine. As the machine selecting the numbers. So as you see the L, L represent the largest groups of numbers, and M, it represent the mid-sized groups of numbers, and S represent the smallest groups of number that the machine could spit out, and it goes from 0 to 3. Those are the smallest numbers in the machine. The reason why I break it down like that, so you guys could understand how it's gonna spit it out, then you will understand how I'm doing this here. This is how I keep a track of my daily lottery numbers. What I do, I create a spreadsheet. Over this column, I will put the days of the week. And then this column, I will go ahead and put the dates. Like for the whole month, I will just keep a spreadsheet for the whole month where every time the numbers comes out, I will drag those numbers down. So over here, these are the actual numbers that the machine already played. These are all the way up to yesterday. From yesterday, all these numbers is what already came. Now, to predict your number from it, once you keep a track of the number that plays every day, over this column, it will tell you which number repeats itself. All the numbers that repeat. And once you have those repeat numbers, okay, all right. Once you have those numbers that repeats itself, every day you can look and see. Now for the first of the month, this is the beginning of, right up here is the beginning of the month, going towards from the end of November to the first day in December. There is nothing repeat. Normally, if a number gonna repeat from the previous day, that would be the last day, I would have put whatever number that repeats. So the number was 437 that came out. Now, the second day, none of these numbers repeat. And I'm going to explain why you need to watch the repeat numbers, because that's going to help you when you're selecting your numbers or when you're coming up with certain numbers. If you could only get 2 numbers, if you could figure out 2 numbers, and then all you have to do is take those 2 numbers and take whichever number repeating and put it with that numbers, and then you get your winning number. Then you could go play. As you could see right here, that the 8 and the 5, you see how it repeat? It came back in this play here. 185 play, but the 5 and the 8 came, so you have 580. So those are two numbers. If you are keeping a track of these numbers, and for the whole month, if you keep this up, it's gonna come so easy to you. Every day, if you write these numbers down and if you study these numbers, it will come so easy to you. If you look at these numbers, like if you were tracking these numbers, say from November, and you develop a pattern, you will know that, okay, these two numbers always fall together. 5 and 8 always comes together. Sometimes they repeat by themselves with the number 3, or sometimes they repeat together. So if you take these two numbers, that was these two from 185, if you were tracking the ladder and watching the pattern, and you repeat these two numbers for the next day, and let's say number 0, say for November, the number 0 didn't come that much, but you know, whenever a number does not come as regular for a previous month, then you know the next month coming, watch for those numbers, because it's a break, and then it just start flowing in the next month. So and that's how you come up with your numbers. Always track your numbers from here. And notice how the first, when I was explaining all the groups of number, notice you see the 0, that's from the smallest group. The 8, that's from the largest group. And the 5, that's from the medium group. So that's how the lotto repeat the number. Sometimes the lotto repeat the number from the same group. Like you have all small number. And this is what I mean. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. These are all small numbers. If you track these numbers very well, you can easily come up with the winning number. Because then not only that, you're gonna have your days of your week all far apart. This right here tells me how far apart it's gonna be before the next number, repeat. Sometimes you could have number repeat for 6, 7 days in a row, and then all of a sudden it switch to no repeat, but doesn't mean that you can't get those numbers still. This is just one way of predicting your number, by watching the repeat number, watching what number gonna repeat, and watching what number you are going to play to come up with. And I will go over the other sheet to show you how easy it is to predict the next number, or to look out for the next number that is going to come in the next play. In the next time the lottery play, how that number gonna fall. So this column right here is just telling you, keeping a track of repeat. So always write the numbers down. When they repeat, write it down. Because this number 2, if you notice, you see it comes double. And I'm gonna show you videos how to watch for those doubles number. Then you could see the number 2. Now notice it come 2 days in a row. Most time when a number drop 2 days in a row, you could guarantee that number will come back again for 3 days, or sometimes the max 4 days. So that's your chance right there to grab that number 2, just in case. Now it can't just stop right here. Now it can stop right here at 2, and that's it. But nevertheless, once you follow these patterns, you will still figure out whichever number is going to fall. But this is a greater chance right here. Once you track it, this number come twice, look out for it to come again. Most time it will come just straight in a row. Or the number 1, once it drop double, there's a chance starting today, tomorrow, this number 1 is going to repeat for let me see, 1, 2, 3, for the next 3 days of this number 1 is possible could repeat, because those are 1, 2, and 3. Those are the numbers that I notice all the time. Once they drop, and once you see come twice in a row, guarantee you those numbers will come again for the third chance. So that's giving you another chance. If you already created some numbers and you cannot figure out the third numbers, if you want to do your number 3 and you can't figure out how to come up with the third number, there you go. Watch your numbers that repeat. So if you halfway in the middle of the month and you already know these patterns coming, and you see this number 2, number 3, or number 1 repeat 2 days in a row, no worries. Get your 2 numbers that you are already contemplating and playing those 2 numbers, but you just can't figure out the third numbers. Get those 2 numbers and put that repeat number with that number, and that's your number, and then go play those numbers. Now, I will show you different ways how the machine might put them, whether it's first, second, or last. But let me finish up this one first. Okay. Now, this column right here is another way. If you can't get it here, you are going to sure get it in this column. I need you guys to really see this. This column here is odds and even numbers. Hey, Kim in Ohio, thank you for the thumbs up. Spring Garden 1, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I will greet the chat in a little bit. Thank you so much. Okay, this over here, this group right here, these are odds and even numbers. Now, if you look over here, you will also, you see 4, 7, 3. 4 is an even numbers. 3 is hard, 7 is hard. So now, this is another way. If you can't figure out which number is going to play, if you groups your numbers, them in even and odd numbers, then you could see in 2 days, you see go 1, 1, and then 2, and then it stop, and then it go 2, 2, and then back to 1, and then now you start over. You have 1 even number for 2 days straight, and sometimes you have 3 to 4 days where you only have 1 even numbers and two odd numbers, or 2 even numbers and 1 odd numbers. Now, if you groups your numbers, so that limits you on which numbers you're going to play. Say the numbers from 0 to 9, and you want to break them. That is an easy way to break your number down. If you look at the even numbers and put them aside separate from the odd numbers. So if you want to select your numbers, you know, you got to put 2 even or 2 odd together. So that limit the amount of numbers you got to work with. So when you look at this pattern, this is a good pattern right here. When you look at this pattern and you see how many days in a row, let's say 3 days, and you see just 2 even or 1 odd, then you know, okay, it's time to switch. And that is your greatest chance right there. When it starts switching, it normally switch 3 of the same kind, like 3 even or 3 odd numbers. But when that happens, the next number going over will be the number that didn't show. Let's say if you finish off with 1 even for 4 days straight. After you have 3 even or 3 odd numbers come straight together, the next number underneath that will be 2 even numbers and 1 odd. So now if you already have a group of number where you already fix all your even numbers and all your odd numbers in one group, then that's the group you will focus on, and then you don't have to worry about working on so many numbers to confuse you, because now your numbers are limited. You know, you're not going to use number 1 more than 1 time. You're not going to use number 3 more than 1 time. You're not going to do 7 or 9 more than 1 time, because you already have those in group. So now with this here, if you could figure out whichever 2 even numbers that you want to play, and you go back to what number repeats, had that. If it's the odd number is 1. If the odd number is 1 repeating, and you have two even number, there you go. You put that one. If that one repeat again, you put the one next to that even number, and then you play your number. That is how you come up with, that's how you do it. So this is different ways of predicting how the number is going to fall. Now with this group here, if you still don't get it here and you don't get it here, this is a must, because this is how the machine spit these number out. The machine could spit three of the same kind, whether it's small or whether it's large or whether it's medium. But guarantee you, if it's small, are small three of the same kind, or medium three of the same kind, or large three of the same kind, those pays way more. But right here, this is how the machine breaks these numbers down. The machine takes either one number from each group, and the group only break down in three. The machine break these numbers down in three groups. These three groups here is always guarantee you. There is no if and but. If you group your numbers like this, you will never lose, because this is how the machine break these numbers down. Track it for 1 month. Keep a paper, track it for 1 month, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. The numbers could only go from 0 to 3. Those are the smallest numbers in the machine, or from 4 to 6. Those are the mid-size number, or from 7 to 9. Now, if you have three of the same, if after a while you see one of each from each group, or two from here and then one from here, or two from here and then one from here, or two from here and then one from there, or vice versa, look out for all the same number coming from the same group. But you will know if you do this. This right here is a trick. It tells you which day, how many days apart. This column right here, that is why I have the days of the week right here. It tells you how many days apart these numbers are going to fall. And that's why it's so important to write it down. Instead of just every day, just look. Instead of going to the website every day and look at the numbers that fall, write it down. It's easier to write it down, so whenever you're playing, you're going to see the patterns. There's always a pattern to these numbers. There's always a pattern to how the number fall. Now, I'm doing this for where I am, but this method works the same for any country, for any state. Wherever you are, the same rules apply. Numbers are numbers. It doesn't change no matter which country you're playing, whether it's the number 2, whether it's the number 3, whether it's the number 4, 5, doesn't matter. It's still the same. With all this, I'm going to show you how I'm going to apply these the next time when I'm doing the Fantasy 5, the Powerball, the Mega Million. I'm going to show you how I'm going to integrate all these settings with it and show you how these lottery, how the system of the lottery work, and how those numbers fall into place by grouping these numbers. So if you start grouping your number, I promise you, you won't go wrong, because that is exactly how the machine gonna select their number. It goes in groups. You can't beat the groups. This is how it goes. Every time the machine fall, the ball fall, just look where these numbers are coming from. Look how many of these numbers come from this group, or look how many of numbers come from this group. I hope you guys will really see these. These are just some examples that I was writing here to show you what numbers come from different groups or the same group. But this is how the machine breaks their numbers down in groups. And this is how you're going to select your number from that group. So that way you can predict your number easily by following these patterns. Whether it's going to be 3 small numbers, whether it's going to be too small and a large or too small and a medium, whether it's going to be 3 medium numbers or whether it's going to be one of each. This is an example of one of each, a medium, a large, and a small. This is an example of one of each. This is another example. All they did was just take these and just turn them in different ways, which leads me to the next page where I want to show you whether you're going to have medium, large, or small, which number is going to come first. So the next page that I want to show you is what's going to really help you to predict this right here. I'm just going to move this for a little bit. Okay. Now, see these numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is all the numbers in the machine. When you play number 3, when you play number 4, these are all the numbers. They don't change. The only thing gonna change is which number gonna come first, or which number gonna come second, or which number gonna come third. And again, it doesn't matter which country you are, wherever lottery play, whichever country lottery play, I'm telling you, this is the system you use. You will not go wrong if you create this spreadsheet. And I will find a way out to get you guys these spreadsheets so you guys could follow along with me. But for now, these are all the numbers, and this is only thing gonna change is which one of these numbers is gonna come first. So if you every day you come, and I would advise you to write the number here in pencil. See, I already have this typed out. But for number 4, notice number 4 came for the month of January, for the month of December. Number 4 came to the front. This is the first number the machine spit out. Right here, this column tells you the first number the machine spit out. All these numbers right here. Whether it's 4, whether it's 1, whether it is the number 5, 2, or 1 again. So this where this comes in. So the first number, so where number 4 is, I will put the number 1. That means it came 1 time so far. For the beginning of the month, it came 1 time. Now, if it constantly come, all you do erase the number 1, put 4, put 5, put 6, however many times that number fall. And that is how you're going to know which number is going to be the next number to drop, because then you're going to know the amount of time these numbers fell in the beginning. As soon as the machine comes on, these will be the first number the machine spit out. So you will know which number is going to go next. Which number, after the machine finished spit out, let's say, for example, 7. Say the machine spit out 7 about 10 to 15 times. And you notice this number 9, have not came to the front. You notice number 9 did not come to the front, and it's been about 5 days. Number 9 come. It's not that number 9 is a cold number. It's not that it is a cold number, but it's just that it could very well be the time for it to come when all these numbers come, and you thinking, oh, it's gonna come again. No, that's when the machine switch up, and then bam, number 9 come, and it probably will come towards the ending of the month. That tells you the next month coming, this number gonna be one of the hottest number, because it's gonna be one of those numbers that constantly falling. And you're gonna have, that's where your repeat number is gonna come in. So then that's gonna go where your repeat number is. And that is how you win your number. Once you follow the repeat number, how many numbers gonna repeat? It is better your chance when it's 2 numbers repeat, because that lessens you from thinking of how many numbers you need to create to get your numbers to go play. So All you do, you have these two, write these two numbers down 10 times on a piece of paper, and all you have to do is just add from 0 to 9 next to it and play your number. Never forget to play backs and straight to give yourself a chance to win, because the numbers could very well come. If you play 820, that numbers could come 280 or 208. So that way you give yourself a chance to win back your money. If you spend 50 cents, you win back 40 or $80, whichever way the number comes. Just for example, that was just an example. But always write down how many times these numbers come for every single game. I have a sheet for midday, I have a sheet for evening, and I have a sheet for the night. That's how I keep a track of them. I do the same thing for the number 4. But what I do, I make sure every time these numbers drop, I make sure I write it down. I make sure you're gonna write down how many times the number 8 gonna fall for the month of December, how many times 0 is gonna fall for the month of December in the middle. This is the second number the machine could spit out. Remember, it's the same number, but it's just that the machine spit them out in different orders. These are different orders the machine is gonna spit these numbers out. Whether it's going to come at the end, whichever number is coming at the end, this is the third number, last number the machine could spit out. Whether it's coming second, first, second, or third. But always keep a track. Just write it down. Write down how many times these numbers come, and I'm telling you, by the middle of the month, you will be catching on to the patterns. There's always a pattern to these, and it's so easy. The more you do it, the easier it will become. So that way, you will know like the next number gonna fall. You will right there and then you will already know which number is going to fall. Now for the next sheet, each one of these sheets follow each other. These are just different ways that I'm showing you how you could predict your next number. If one set doesn't work, another set will work. And all these paper, when I'm doing my numbers, I use all these 3 papers together, because these 2 represent this and this. This here represent this column. So the next one I'm going to show you is the paper behind this paper. I'm going to show you right here how these numbers work too as well. These are letters representing the same breakdown of the numbers in the machine. That's all it is, just the same numbers. Okay. This is another template. These are just the numbers. You do the same thing you do for this number, for the same thing you do for this, the same thing you're going to do for this number, this letter right here. This number go with this. In that column that you're going to keep your daily tracking, that is what you need. At the end, it tells you the orders these numbers are falling in. If you can figure the orders the numbers fall on a daily basis, then you will not lose. You can play these numbers. Now, whether you get the number in backs, whether you get it straight is always good. But if you can't get it straight, you will get it backs or you will get it somehow. But this system works. These letters represent every numbers in the machine. It represents the group, or the machine groups the numbers and spit the numbers out through every daily lottery play. Whether it's 2 medium number, like I was saying, whether it's 3 medium numbers, whether it's 3 large numbers, if it's number 2, the same thing, whether it's 2 of each, whether it's going to be 2 of each and 1, or 2 of the same and then 1. These are just different combination of orders, and these orders are already fixed. As you can see, already I studied it so much that I already knew every pattern it could come. This is every single pattern the numbers could come in. There is no pattern right here that the number doesn't come. If you write these letters and twist them, turn them in different ways. And next time the number fall, just look at this pattern and you're gonna see there's no pattern that these number doesn't come. That's not here, because this is the pattern right here. For a medium, a small, and a large number. The first number is the medium. You go over to the medium group and you just look. This is the first number is the medium. Medium, small, and then a large. Right here, medium, small, and then a large. This is how the number come. Medium, small, and then large. So you see the pattern there. All the numbers that's gonna fall, this is their pattern. This is all the numbers gonna come. You can't go wrong if you follow those three. If you use these three papers, these three simple steps is what's gonna get you to your next winning number. I wish I have a bigger table where I could lay them side by side so you guys could see. But for now, I'm hoping that if you understand it. If you're not understanding most of what I'm saying, you could just type not understanding, and I will definitely do a slower video. Instead of doing a live, I will do a regular video where I could go in more details and upload those videos so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But starting today, I'm asking you guys to get yourself a piece of paper. You don't have to make it fancy. I just do this fancy because it's been years. I've been doing this for years. That is why I do this. But you could do it, but this is the same way I want you to do it. Same way. I want you to do this the same way. And later on, I will definitely figure out a way how to get this on my site so you guys could have a copy of this. So you guys could see all this stuff that I'm talking about. But this is all the machine groups, these numbers. And I'm telling you, any country, any state, no matter where you are, the numbers is the same. They don't change. These numbers are always the same. This is just showing you. These are all the machines do their numbers. Just repeating it, just showing you again. Oh, they break them down in groups. The smallest numbers, the mid-sized numbers, and then the largest numbers. And you can see at the end, see how I put those medium numbers, all those small numbers. That's just to give you an idea. This, and I wrote it out here, which I'm going to try to get it uploaded to you guys so you guys can have it. This is how the machine, it just don't go wrong, no matter where. The machine always pick from each group. Sometimes it pick the same number from just this one group. And I will definitely, the more I'm doing my tutorial video and how to play, all these are going to be breaking down again. So you can understand when to go play in just one area, when to go play in, each one, or maybe when you want to do 2 from here, 1 from here, 2 from here, 1 from here. However, I will show you how to do these. But all these papers goes together. In order for you to pick your numbers, all these, this is a must. Please write these down, and every day the number these number fall right next to these number. How often? Because this is what's going to tell you how often these same numbers is coming in one position. How often these numbers is going to fall at the front. When is the next time it's going to fall? And that's where the days of the week comes in. You space them out so you can always say 4 to 5 days. If you notice like 4 days, it comes, a certain number come to the front, and then it skip 4 more days, and then all of a sudden you see the number come again. That is why this, if you have a spreadsheet, this will help you to go over your numbers, and it will tell you which days you're going to back up and say, okay, it's time for this number is going to come. So that will give you a target and which number you want to play. So you will target your number in that way. How to play your numbers. If there is anything else you guys would like to know before I go, again, I will do a upload, not a live, or upload. We are break these down more in details, and I will upload it, hoping that you guys will watch it before you play your next numbers. That will give you a chance to win something, or a chance to just to get to understand the system of how the lottery works. The lottery is not hard. I used to think it was difficult, but it's not difficult. It's tricky. Don't get me wrong. The lottery is tricky because when you think you figure it out, there they come switching it around. And I think they do that more so often because a lot of people showing people different tips and different ways of how to play the lottery. So they do tune in, and that's just me. I just feel like they do watch and see, and then they will switch it up. But you will win either way. It doesn't matter because they can't switch from this. It's always for years. For years I've been studying it. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm telling you, these are the groups. This is how they group these smaller numbers that they place together. 3, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. This is how they do them. So this is selecting your cash 3 or your cash 2. Same rules apply to all those. And don't forget, just because I'm here in the United States doing this, if you're watching this video from a different country, this works the same for any country you are watching this video from. The number system is the same. Wherever play lottery, the number is the same. It does not change. So thank you, Kim. Nice. Thank you. I've been doing this for so long. It just come natural to me. Because now every day I keep a track of the number. Every day I look to see which group these numbers gonna be falling from. And that is the trick. The group is always a trick. If you know the group, you can easily predict your next winning number from which group these numbers gonna come. Especially from the odd and even. That numbers, if you break these again and put all the even, all the odd numbers separate, and you look at over here, and you see how many times odd numbers and even numbers fall, this is a dead giveaway of which group you want to play your numbers from. Right here, you could predict your number just from looking right here. It's easier even here because you already see which number is going to repeat. If you have a odd number repeating, and you know, if you have a odd number repeating, and you already know it's time for 2 even numbers to come, take the odd number and put with that 2 even number and play. That is your system right there. That is the pattern. That is how you're going to win. By looking at how the number fall, whether it's 2 odd, whether it's 1 even, whether it's 2 even, 1 odd, 1 of each, or 3 of each. If you write it down on a daily basis, and if you keep a track and watch which group they're taking these numbers from, you won't go wrong. That is the easiest and the simplest way to predict. That's one of the easiest and simplest way to predict your numbers. But it's not hard. Once you get a hang of it, you'll be surprised how often you'll be catching it. Maybe you'll start out winning backs. For example, maybe you play the number 782. Now, 8 and 2 is an even number. 7 is an odd number. And you select your number from here, and then you also select your number from and you also study which number is going to come first, or you just select your number from the odd or the even groups and you put it together. So you have 782 and the number come 287. You still win. You still win. It's just that if you study this long enough right here, this is the only thing gonna give you a fighting chance to know which number is gonna come first. So if you want to play the number 287, that's just an example number I'm giving you. If you want to play the number 287, like 2 even number and 1 odd number, if you want to play that number, if you already tracking this number and you know that the number 8 is gonna be the first number, or the number 8 gonna be the second number, and most time the smaller number always go in front of the large number. That's another pattern. That's another way how to select your number or to know which number is coming first. Always watch to see how often the machine spits out the first ball that comes out. Always look to see if the first number that comes is a small number, so you will know how often or how many times for the week they will select a number from this group right here. And then that is how you're going to get your winning number. So that's how you break it down. So it is so simple, so easy. Just, follow these patterns, start writing it down starting today. Start writing it down, start keeping a track of it. And, then you will know how to predict your number. But don't run and play yet. Just study these numbers, study the system, and see if it works for you. See how well you're catching on to it. If you're not catching on to it, leave me a comment and I will go over and over it as many times, because the goal is for you to understand how to predict your number and how to play this lottery and how to give yourself a chance to win something from this lottery. Okay, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to keep going over these numbers with you. I'm here to keep going over this system with you, however long it takes for you to catch on. Even when you catch on, I will still start working numbers. So when you guys catching on, that is when I'm going to start show you my workout numbers, how I'm going to select my number for the next day. But right now, the key is to get each and every one of you to understand how the lottery break down their system, how they select their numbers, and in groups. If you groups those numbers, you just can't go wrong with the numbers. So until next time, if you guys, I'm just going to wait 2 more minutes just to say if you guys have any question right now for me, so I could answer. If you guys have any question right now. All right. So if you want to save your question for the comment and just let me know. Let me know what you think of this video, and don't forget to please, if you could share it out to other people who are interested in playing or play so often where they just can't understand it, and this will help them to guide them in how to select, or even if they just want to do it for fun. If you just want to study the system for fun, it's also okay. Sometimes it's even better to start it out doing it for fun and not to just hurriedly play, because you don't want to make a mistake. But if you want to study this continuously, it will come so natural to you. It will be the easiest thing to do when you're selecting your number. But please share this number to as many people that you can that want to learn how to play the lottery, that is been playing and just can't win and just get fed up and discouraged. Well, share this video and let them know I am here to show them step by step different ways of how to play the lottery. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much for just being here with me and just, tuning in. And hopefully this session was okay for you to at least have a little bit of knowledge of how you are going to select your next number. Whether next time you step into any store that sells lottery and you want to buy a number, always remember, before you start scratching those paper or before you ask for a quick pick, Always remember the group. And when they give you, if you buy a quick pick, when they give it to you, just take a look and see how the quick pick group that number, or how it comes out. Whether it's two of the same, one of the same, or what. This is how it comes out. This is how the machine spit these numbers out. There's only 3 ways you could group them, and that's how it works. Until next time, I really thank you guys for being here. I will see you guys next time. I will definitely do a lot more upload in more details so you guys could get it, because I want you guys to get it. Thank you for tuning in to Vibing with the Ruger 72. I will have a lot more of how to play the lottery coming up on this channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kim. I'll see you guys next time.